Hey Chris, hey Betty. How you doing? It's a Monday. It is a Monday. One of those little drink packets that I showed y'all last week. Aw, thank you, Betty. I'm just trying to be cute like you, girl. I have to tell y'all about this hair of mine. Betty, how is everything going with the daycare? Chris, how was work? Oh, that's good. You're at full capacity. That's great. That's wonderful. I know, Chris. You talk about some LOL. Did you find an assignment for tomorrow? All right, y'all. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. This is the last Monday of June. Can you believe it? Like, June was just like, whoop. It was a blink of an eye. It seemed like it has just flown by. Go and study. Oh, okay, good. So here we are, y'all, at another Monday. I hope you had a great week last week. I hope you had a great weekend. I had a pretty good week last week. I had a good weekend. We had amazing church yesterday. Man, Betty, girl, I don't know why you're talking about you was about to quit. You already knew God was going to show up for you. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. I'm glad you're at full capacity. Yay. Service was amazing yesterday. It was our promotion Sunday for the young people, for basically anybody who either graduated or was promoted to the next grade. So kids were given certificates, and Marvon spoke yesterday for the young people. So it was good. It was good. I tell you, we always have good service. So service was fantastic yesterday. But child, listen, I was so tired. When I came home from church yesterday, I couldn't hardly keep my eyes open. Took me some fish out because I had been wanting some fish tacos. So I was going to make me some fish tacos. So I took my fish out to unthaw. And I was going to cook my fish so I could make my fish tacos and eat and all that kind of stuff. Because y'all know I like to watch me a good movie on Sundays, right? Child, I was so sleepy. I was so sleepy, I couldn't keep my eyes open. So I went to sleep, and I woke up. I probably went to sleep about 4 o'clock, and I woke up about 7. It was about 7 o'clock when I got up yesterday. So I got up, made my fish tacos. They were amazing. I love me some fish tacos. So I'm going to keep this recipe that I have. Next time, I'm going to do some shrimp. I'm going to do some shrimp tacos because I think I can still use the same recipe and make me some shrimp tacos next time. But anyway, it was good. So let me tell y'all why I got this little scarf on my head. Y'all know I love my little head scarves, right? So yesterday morning, I twisted my hair because I wanted to do something different because I know I've been wearing my hair natural since summertime, right? And I am not working like that. So I don't really have money to go get my hair done. So I've been wearing my hair natural. So I decided I was going to twist my hair. I was going to twist it Saturday, but I had to end up going down to the bakery. So I got up yesterday morning and twisted it before church, right? So today, like I had therapy this morning. I had physical therapy this morning, went to therapy, all fine, no good. So I had decided, like, oh, you never get them alive. I'm going to, take my little twist out and style my hair and, just do all the things. Child, that didn't turn out right. My hair was looking crazy. I was like, what in the world? Like, why is this not working? So it didn't work. So child, I done pulled it back in the ponytail. And I said, well, let me go in here, find me a little scarf to put on my head to cover up the foolishness. So it's in a ponytail. But, it's all good. It is what it is. So, you have to just make it do what it do, right? Make it do what it do. So, all right, y'all. It's what? 6:09. Like I say every week, I appreciate you joining me for another episode of Discussions from the Heart. Now, listen, y'all, I done turned my air off because that thing is loud. The air, I got a window air conditioner. It's loud. And it's hot outside. But I hope I don't get too hot during this live while I'm talking to y'all. So I hope I don't get too hot and have to turn it back on. But I think it should be fine because it's been pretty cool in here for the most part today. So I done turned it off, y'all. But I always say every week, thank you for joining me. So whether you're here for the live or you're watching the replay, I appreciate you stopping in and taking some time to join me for this episode of Discussions from the Heart. Listen, y'all, we are just going to keep moving right along, right? We're going to keep doing the darn thing. We're going to keep it pushing. We're going to keep this train moving. And we're just going to see where God takes us and where we end up, okay? So I'm excited that you're here today. So like this video, share this video, invite someone to come and join in and watch this video with you. Also, y'all know I got all the things, the t-shirt, the ink pen, I have a few Go Writing books left, not many, but I have a few left. I have the Resilience Factor book. I think, Betty, I sent you a Resilience Factor book. I don't know if you had an opportunity to check out any of the book yet, or if you had an opportunity to read my chapter. But it's a great book, just reading everybody's stories. I had said I was going to sit down and just read it again because it's such an amazing book. I love being able to, read everybody's stories and, listen to their story of resilience. So, oh, great, Betty. That's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I got all the things, still do. So if you want to get something for someone else, let me know. And Betty, I hope you have had an opportunity to check out the Go Writing book and have been able to put it to, start putting it to use, because I think it's great. It's a great tool, to help you start writing your goals for the time that we have left in, this year and, into the coming year. So let's kick it in the head, right? And let's make it do what it do. Okay. So today, y'all, I want to talk about extending love. Extend love. Okay. So I just want to share just a little bit. Listen, I ain't going to be long, y'all. Okay. I'm going to give you what I got. And what we going to do? We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. Okay. You said, okay, good. Good. Very good, babe. Okay, so today we're going to talk about extend love, right? We're going to talk about extend love. So yesterday when I came home from church, there was a lady who was riding a bike. She was on a bike. But when I parked in front of my apartment, so the apartments across the street, all of those people that live in those apartments, they keep their trash and recycle bins out on the curb. Like they never pull them back up to their apartment. They're just always down there at the street, right? So this lady was going through one of the trash cans, opening up the bags. And, I could tell she was looking for food. And like it had really did something to me. When I saw her, I was like, oh my God, like I've never seen it in person, right? Like, you know how you hear people talk about it. I've heard stories of, people sharing that they saw someone looking for food, and, how, either they did or did not do, something to help, or, whatever. And you see it on TV, right? Like when you watch TV shows or you're looking at the news and you see people who are, digging through the garbage. Hey, brother, looking for food, right? And so I saw this lady yesterday. She was digging through the trash can. She was looking for food, and it had just really messed me up yesterday, right? And so I came into my apartment, and I was like, okay, Lord, I don't have much, but I'm gonna give this lady something, right? And if y'all don't know, I always keep cheese. I always got cheese in my house. I love some cheese. I always have. Okay. I think I told y'all about how I used to eat cheese when I was a little girl, and I used to eat so much cheese. My dad started calling me rat. Because I used to eat cheese. Like I used to just, and in the little plastic pack, the cheese, you would, with the American cheese, you had to unwrap or whatever. I should just suck the cheese right off the pack. Like that was stupid, eating that cheese. But so I always got some cheese because I'll eat some cheese and crackers, cheese, cheese toast, grilled cheese. So I had just bought some cheese on Saturday when I had gone to the store. So I took some cheese out of the pack because I buy the Colby Jack cheese. That's usually what I buy. And I had bought the deli cheese this time. So I opened up my pack of cheese, took some out, put it in a Ziploc bag, grabbed a pack of crackers. I still had some peaches, so I grabbed a peach, and I grabbed a bottle of water out of the refrigerator. And I went back outside, and, I just asked her, I said, excuse me, ma'am. I said, are you hungry? And she turned around and she looked at me and she said, yes, I am. And I said, okay. I said, well, it's not much, but, I have a little bit of something for you. And so I told her what I had, and she was just like, thank you so much. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. And, I was sharing with my sisters, you're in town. Oh, you're in town until Wednesday. Well, the bakery doesn't open till Wednesday, brother. So you are going to miss out this time around. So, I was sharing with my sisters yesterday because I had got on the little video chat, to show them my fish tacos, and was telling them about how good they were and all that kind of stuff. I knew Rita was on her way back from Charlotte, but I was just showing off my little food that I had cooked because I had impressed myself, right? So I was telling them about, the lady, and, that I had given her, a little bit of, what I had or whatever. And I had told them, I was like, if I had some lunch meat, I would have made her, a couple of sandwiches, but, I don't really buy lunch meat like that anymore. So I just, gave her the cheese and the crackers and, gave her what I had, and Holly was like, she said, it just reminds me of, she said it reminded her of Dad. Because, Dad had that laundromat over on Westerville and Weber. And so, Dad did a lot for those people, in the neighborhood. A lot of those people didn't go to church, but they would come and listen to Dad. Like, it was like Dad was their pastor. They would come and, ask for prayer, or they would just come and just to hear Dad talk, about the goodness of God. Sometimes people weren't even coming in the laundromat to wash clothes. They were just coming in to spend time with Dad. Dad would feed people, Dad would give them money. Even when Dad was pastoring over on Main Street. Lamar, you remember when Dad was pastoring over on Main Street at New Jerusalem? Dad did a lot over there, for the people who would come in to the church over there. He would always, somebody came in hungry, Dad, and over there, Dad didn't really give people, money like that. He would send them, they were hungry, he would send them down to JP's. And Rita was saying that Dad had an account at JP's. And so they, JP's knew when, the people would come down there, they knew that they would put that on Dad's account or whatever. Now, I remember Dad going in there to pay, but I didn't know he had an account. And so Holly was just like, that's, it's an extension of what Dad would have done, right? No judgment, just, let me give you some of what I have, right? And so that's kind of how I felt yesterday. Like I don't have much, but I have something, right? I don't have much, but I have something, because I was saying, I feel like a lot of us, whether we admit it or not, we're all a paycheck away from having no food. We're a paycheck away from being homeless. Your paycheck, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all a paycheck away from, not being able to maintain the things that we have, right? A lot of us, unfortunately, this day and age, live paycheck to paycheck, and I mean, I'm not ashamed to say that right now. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, what little bit I got coming in here. I'm still waiting on unemployment to be approved. I'm still waiting on, the assistance to come through with my rent and utilities and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so we're all, oh, you're right, Lamar. You are very right. And even when, I mean, it's just the truth. We're just a paycheck away from losing everything, right? And so I feel like because of that, the things that I do, I always talk to y'all about being a good steward over the things that we're given, right? Like, we have to learn how to be good stewards over what we have. Okay? And I mean, I could have very easily saw the lady and come in the house and not done anything, just went on about the rest of my Sunday, right? And that would have been my right, okay? But seeing her literally open up the trash can, pick up a garbage bag and tear it open and pick through the garbage. Like, I'm not telling y'all, it did something to me. Like, it literally broke my heart. And I could have just been like, oh my God, and just sat in my car and just been like, Lord, just allow somebody to come out, allows her to get what she need, meet her at the very place and the point of her need. Well, baby, her need was right then. You know what I'm saying? And so in that moment, I made the decision to show love, to extend love to a complete stranger, right? Now, you always see the people on the corners, especially when you're getting off the highway, there's somebody on the corner, with a sign. And you have to be, you have to make sure that you are using your spirit of discernment, right? Because, I mean, anybody can get out there with a sign, and child, the way my hair was looking today, I could have got out there with a sign. Okay, I could have held up a sign with no makeup on and, put on anything and went out on the corner and held up a sign and said, need food, you know what I'm saying? So, you never know what people really, really need. You know what I'm saying? And in unfortunately, this time with the, this pandemic, a lot of people have been really struggling. A lot of people have lost jobs. They have, lost their homes, and you know what I'm saying? So we're all, like I said before, we're all a paycheck away, and I really don't even want to think what would have happened if I felt the pulling and the tugging of the Holy Spirit on my heart saying, go get what you have and give it to this lady, right? Now, I could have come in here, gone upstairs to use the bathroom, took my shoes off, changed my clothes, and then came in here like, let's see, right? Like I could have just took my time, and whenever I decided to put something together and, take it out there to her, she could have been gone, right? But when you know that God is pulling at your heart, when you know that there's that the Holy Spirit is tugging at you and telling you to move, you really need to be moving at that moment, right? Right. And so also, I'm talking with my sisters today because Holly had gotten on our little video chat, and she was saying that, she was reading an article, I guess that had to do with the LGBTQ community, and really what it had to do with was school-aged kids, more or less those kids in middle school and high school. Those kids who, may be male that identify as female, those kids that may be female that identify as male. Like there's supposed to be, like I can't remember exactly, but I believe she was saying that there was going to be I guess somebody's trying to get a bill passed, I guess basically. So that's saying like when these kids are in school, and so there's a male who identifies as a female, and they need to go to the bathroom or whatever, like it's okay for them to go to the female bathroom because they identify as female, right? And vice versa with the females going to the male bathroom because they identify as male, right? And so Holly was just talking about how, that as a parent, of school age children who are in middle school and high school, she was just talking about how it was devastating for her, because we live in this type of world that we live in, to have like these parents these days, honey, with these kids that are in school these days, they have to have different types of conversations with their kids, right? Like Shane and I had to have the drug conversation. We had to have the conversation about sex. And, we had the conversation when Joshua started driving, when he got his license and he started driving. We had the conversation with him, about what happens if you get pulled over. What is it that you're supposed to do? Leave your hands on the steering wheel at all times so that the police officer can always see your hands. When you need to get your driver's license and registration, you tell the officer where it is and ask for permission to get it. You don't make any sudden movements, because we need you to come home at the end of the day, right? And even at 26, I still have to remind Joshua, son, like Joshua, I mean, it was a whole lot of people, me included, who was driving like after my stickers expired last year. I was just driving around because, everything got shut down. So I hadn't gotten my stickers renewed. So Joshua has still been driving without his. And so I had to tell him, like, son, you got to go ahead and get this taken care of, because it's not going to always, you're not going to always just be, getting to drive around, with the expired tags on your car. You got to go get make sure your stuff is taken care of, you know. And it's especially important for you because you are Black male, you know. And I keep saying all the time, I don't want a simple traffic stop to go wrong, right? So I still have to keep reminding Joshua, like, you need to get this taken care of, you know. And so my heart goes out to my sister with some of the conversations that she has to have with her girls, you know, because, you know, they're in middle school and high school or whatever, you know. And so Rita and I were telling her, you know, you have to teach your kids how to show love, how to extend love, and how to extend grace to everyone, right? Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter whether or not they agree with what we agree with. It doesn't matter what type of life they live. You know, we have to teach our children how to extend love. Because I was sharing with Holly, like, once I got older and had really started working, you know, like once I left OSU, like OSU was too much for me, and so I left OSU and I went to work, right? And so once I really started working, once I was working at Sun TV. I don't know if y'all remember Sun TV, but I was working at Sun TV, and we was a group of us there, and we were just great friends. We hung out all the time, you know, we did stuff. But, you know, there were a couple friends, you know, who were, you know, Gary Roger. You know, I knew for a fact Gary was gay. Wasn't too sure about Roger. Maybe had a thought or two, but wasn't sure. But I knew for a fact that Gary was gay, right? But they were great people. Like, we had great time together when we hung out or whatever. But because of my upbringing, right, I didn't shun them away or talk about them or condemn them for whatever lifestyle that, you know, they wanted to live or whatever. Hey, sissy, I had to learn how to extend love and extend grace, right? Because we were friends. We had a great time when we hung out together. Their lifestyle was their lifestyle, right? So it was I had to learn how to limit my time that I spent with them. Now, we hung out and did stuff, but there were still certain things that I didn't do, you know, that I wouldn't do because I knew what their lifestyle was, right? But I didn't learn that until I was an adult and got older and started working. And even working at Cardinal, you know, I had a really, really good friend, you know, that I worked with at Cardinal, you know, who was a lesbian. She was a great lady. You know, she was funny as all get out, you know, and she was in school. She was going to school. I think she was either going to Columbus State or DeVry. Like, I went to her graduation and did all the things. We hung out, had a great time or whatever. But like I said, there were still certain things that, you know, I knew that she was doing that I didn't want to be a part of, right? So you don't have to do everything. But she was still a good friend to me. You know, and I didn't condemn her for her lifestyle. I didn't condemn her partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's who she was, that's who she was. Right? And so I was telling Holly, like, you know, you have the opportunity now because your girls are teenagers. You have the opportunity to, you know, like mom and dad gave us a foundation, you know, and even though, you know, we might stray from that foundation. Exactly, sissy. We might stray from that foundation and kind of, you know, you want to do your own thing. You know, like I tell you all the time, listen, my daddy was strict. Okay, my dad was a Marine and a pastor. Now you tell me how strict daddy was. Okay, daddy was a Marine and a pastor. So my dad was strict. And there were a lot of things that he didn't allow us to do, right? And so in growing up and in trying to, you know, figure out who you are outside of your parents is sometimes, you know, you have to learn. You got to learn some stuff. You got to bump your head, you know, and figure out life, right? And so I was telling Holly, like, you have the opportunity now, one, to give them that foundation, that you feel like is best for them. But you also have the opportunity to teach them to extend love and extend grace to everyone. Because everybody is not going to be like you, because you are, your girls are young Christian girls, doesn't mean that everybody that they're in school with is a Christian. You know what I mean? They're going to come across people who are atheists. They're going to come across people who are Muslim. You know what I'm saying? There's all different types of backgrounds. They're going to come across those friends who identify, those female friends who identify as male, or those male friends who identify as female, right? And so now is your opportunity to teach them to extend love to everyone. One, because that's what, just like Sissy said, that's what God would have done. That's when Jesus Christ walked this earth, he extended love to everyone, right? You don't have to necessarily agree with their lifestyle. You don't have to agree with the things that they do, but you can learn how to show love to everyone, right? We can learn how to show love to everyone. Because I even talk about, I was reading Holly, about my cousin. I knew he was gay, and I also knew he loved the Lord. You know what I mean? I knew he was gay, and I knew he loved the Lord. And when I tell you I miss that boy like crazy, when he died, I feel like a part of me went with him. When he got sick, he was sick for a little while, but he just had progressively gotten worse. So it's been some years now that he's been gone, but I didn't stop loving him because of his lifestyle choice. He was still my cousin, one of my favorite cousins. We still laughed and talked and hung out and talked about people. People watched, you know what I'm saying? And talked about stuff that we did when we were kids, and, talked about stuff, how I would get him in trouble. Like, we talked about all the time. You know what I'm saying? So all of that didn't stop because of his lifestyle choices. He was still my family. Right? And I never said to him, you can't be gay and love God. Well, why can't he? Right? Because God is saying, I still love him. Right? Like, God hates the sin, not the sinner. Right? And thank the Lord that it's like that, because, y'all, you think about some of the stuff that you've done, and not once did God ever say to you, well, I don't love you because of your sin. No, he said, I don't like the sin. I love you because I created you, but I don't like the sin. Right? And even if you think about Noah, when God told Noah he wanted him to build the boat, the ark, and gave him all of the dimensions and how to build the boat and all that type of stuff, what it was to be built with, and he told Noah, it's gonna rain and it's gonna flood. I'm killing everything. Whoever and whatever is not in the ark, I'm killing it all. Not because he hated the people or didn't love the people. He provided a way of escape by means of the ark. But it was because of their sin. It was the sin that he didn't like. Right? It was the sin, not the sinner. Because we're all sinners saved by grace, right? That's what the word says. We are all sinners saved by grace. And so because God loves us, you can't be self-righteous and, thinking you a better Christian than the person sitting beside you, because you're not. You know, you maybe have, been saved longer. Maybe you have been walking this Christian life a little longer than someone else, but that doesn't mean you're a better Christian than the person beside you. It just means that you've been walking the road a little longer. Right? And so we have to learn how to be an extension of who Christ is, right? And because Christ loved us enough to save us from our sin, because he loved us in spite of our sin, right? He still loved us, or should I say not even past tense, but present tense, loves us in spite of our sin, right? Even when we know, just like yesterday, I felt the tugging and pulling of the Holy Spirit giving me instructions on what to do yesterday when I saw that lady, right? And had I not done it, I feel like, yes, there would have been consequences for me not doing what I was supposed to do yesterday, but it would not have meant that God would have stopped loving me, right? He still has love for me. And he has love for all of his children, right? But God also has given all of us choices. And he does not disown us because of the choices that we make. He still has love for all of us. Right? Hey, Marvin. So we have to make sure, that we are extending love, that we are extending grace to everyone, no matter what. Right? No matter what. Like I said, when I saw that lady yesterday, I could have just saw her out there and just came right in here, shut the door, locked myself in, and went on about my day. And maybe somebody else would have given her some food, or maybe not. Right? But I did what I could to show love, And I told her, reading Holly, I'm like, if I had more food to give her, I would have given her more food, right? But I gave her what I could, and I'm not telling y'all this to get a pat on the back or anything like that. I'm sharing it with you to tell you that we have to learn how to be an extension of who Christ is. We have to learn how to extend love to everyone, Now, I don't. Do I technically know what the lady's situation was? No. I mean, did she look homeless? Yeah, she did. But do I know for sure that she was homeless? No. Do I know she was hungry? Yes. Why? Because she was digging through the trash. She opened up the trash bag, was digging through the trash bag looking for food. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to learn how to extend love to everyone, no matter what. Use wisdom. Yes. Now, did I feel threatened in any type of way? No, I didn't. And I don't think that God would have allowed me to feel threatened, knowing that he was speaking to me and telling me in that moment, go in your house, open up your refrigerator, and give her something to eat out of your refrigerator. Give her some of what you have. Right? Give her some of what you have. And so that's what I did. That's what I did. And is it possible that the other neighbors were watching her dig through their trash can? It's possible, right? And maybe they were watching her and maybe they said, well, let me see if I got something to give her, I don't know. Maybe after I took her some food, maybe somebody else came out of their apartment and took her some food. I don't know. I don't know. I felt like I did what God was instructing me to do in that moment, and that was to extend love. Right? And so I would encourage all of us to continue learning how to extend love. Continue learning how to be an extension of Christ and show love to everyone, no matter who they are, no matter their lifestyle, how they live. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when I talk, you know, like just telling y'all about my cousin. Listen, I love that boy. You hear me? I loved him till the day he died and miss him like crazy. I knew he was gay. I knew he had a certain lifestyle, but I still loved him. I didn't stop loving him, you know, because of his lifestyle choices. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, thank God, you know, that he doesn't treat us that way. You know, we're so quick to cut people off. You know, we're so quick to think we're better than other people, right? But God doesn't treat us that way. You know, we have a certain expectation of, you know, the people that we surround ourselves with, the people, you know, that the family, you know, the kids that we raise. Of course, we have a certain expectation of them. You know what I mean? But whatever choices that they make, you know, now, was I thrilled, you know, when my son and his, you know, now wife, but then girlfriend came and sat me and Shane down and told us that she was having a baby? I wasn't thrilled, you know, but I also didn't, I also didn't condemn them, right? I mean, it's very easy, you know, and I know that there are parents who completely disown their kids. They put them out the house. You know, you ain't no daughter of mine or ain't no son of mine gonna be gay. Ain't no daughter of mine gonna live in my house pregnant and not married. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to extend love. We have to learn. I'm gonna keep saying it. We have to learn how to be an extension of Christ and extend love, right? Because it's what he would have done. It's what Christ would have done. Christ, when you think about the time that Jesus walked on this earth, he didn't spend, you know, all of his time in the synagogue, right? He spent his time walking the streets, in people's houses, spent time with the, hey, Takia, with the sinner and the tax collectors, because that's who needed him the most. Not those holier than thou people who thought they were better than everybody else, right? Y'all remember, I think it was the, I think it was one of the blind man and his disciples, Jesus's disciples asked him, you know, what sin did he commit for him to be blind? Like what happened? Right? What sin did his parents commit for this man? Right? So thank God that God doesn't treat us that he doesn't disown us because of our sin. Right? Even though, you know, God sent his son to die on the cross, he died on the cross to forgive us of our sin. Like he took on everything that we would have ever done or do, right? So we know that Jesus came for us, right? That he died for us so that we could be saved, right? But we still be acting a fool. Doing all kind of stuff, right? And not one time did God ever say, well, you know, I sent my son Jesus to die for you. You know, I didn't have to do that. And so since you want to act a fool, I'm going to disown you. You can't make it into heaven. You have no chance. He had never said nothing like that. He said, I hate the sin, not the sinner. Right? He hates the sin, not you and I. He extends love towards us. He continues to show love towards us over and over and over again. Right? And how do we know that he is extending love to us, that he is showing love to us over and over and over again? Because he gives us another opportunity. When you wake up in the morning, right, and you take a breath, honey, that is God extending love and grace to you again. He's giving you another chance and another opportunity to live. Okay? So let us learn, continue learning how to be an extension of Christ and extend love and show grace towards everyone. Right? Because, like I said, that's what God continues to do for us daily. Okay? So before you start talking about somebody and start condemning someone because of the choices that they're made or because of a particular lifestyle that they live, baby, take a step back and look at your own life. Okay? Just like I said earlier, that everybody is a paycheck away from losing everything. Right? Honey, you will sin away from not making it into heaven. So before you get to running your mouth about somebody, you better take a step back and take a look at yourself and see what it is that you need to repent of. Okay? So I had the opportunity yesterday to extend love to someone, a complete stranger. Right? And I really do feel like God was tugging at my heart, pulling at my heart, speaking to me, saying, this is what I need you to do. Go into your kitchen, open up your refrigerator, and give this lady something to eat. Because remember, the word says, as you do it to the least of these, you have done it unto me. Right? And for all I know, that lady could have been an angel in disguise. I don't know. But I felt like I did what God was instructing me to do in that moment. And that was extend love. Okay? So listen, y'all, that's all I got for you today. That's all I got for y'all today. Learn how to extend love. And if you are in a place, in a position in your life where, you feel like, you have learned that lesson, and you are committed, to extending love and extending grace, on a daily basis, then bravo for you, but listen, it's apparently something that I still need to learn because I got the lesson yesterday, right? I got that lesson yesterday. Listen, I'll tell you all the time, we are never too old to stop learning. We should be learning something every day because when we're learning, we're growing. When we stop learning, we stop growing. Right? Right. Okay, y'all. That's all I got for you today. Okay, it is 6:52. So I hope this really was, a blessing to you today. I mean, I had really just kind of thought about it, and I didn't really want to share. Like I said, I wasn't sharing, to get a pat on the back or, for you to say good job. I just felt like we need to learn to be an extension of Christ. It's something that we need to continue to learn, something that we need to continue to operate in. Sometimes as Christians, we just feel like we're too good for certain things. or when we are giving back, we're giving back with our camera, our phone involved. Now, I could have taken my phone and just been in the window or in the door like, y'all, look at this lady digging in the trash can. I'm about to go in here in my kitchen and get some food and take it out there. I could have did all that, posted on social media, and people could have commented and said what they said, but that's not what, I did it because I really, really felt like in my spirit, that's what God had instructed me to do. And so that's what I did. Right? So let's continue to learn, y'all. Let's continue to learn. Let's be an extension of who Christ is, right? And let's continue to learn how to show grace and, show love towards everyone, no matter who they are or what they do. We have to show love, right? Right. All right, y'all. It's 6:54. So thank you guys for joining me for today's episode of Discussions from the Heart. Like I said, I hope it was a blessing to you because it has been to me. Like this video, share this video. This is the last Monday of June, y'all. This weekend is 4th of July weekend. I don't know if you all have great plans. I have an invitation for 4th of July cookout. I haven't decided yet if I'm going, because again, this is one of those times when I have to be wise about where I'm spending my time and who I'm allowing myself to be around, right? But it's also an opportunity for me to extend love, right? So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to attend that function this weekend. I don't know yet. I guess I'll find out this weekend what I'm doing. But I hope you guys have a great week this week. As I say every week, choose to make this a great week. You have the choice, right? And whether or not you're going to have a great week. So choose to make it a great week. Have a fantastic night tonight, okay? And we'll be back here next Monday, first Monday of July. It is July 5th. We will be right here, okay, for another episode of Discussions from the Heart. All right? So I'll see you guys next Monday. Have a great night. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you next Monday. Smooches.